YouTubers, Mike Martin's here, Mike Martin's channel. I got a really important article that was sent to me. I'm gonna leave a link below for my Instagram. If you want to send me a message, please send me a message. Follow me on Instagram if you want to, and please send me messages on Instagram. This is a really big article that was sent to me out of Australia. It is very long, and I'm not gonna sit here and read the whole thing for you guys. I'll leave a link below so you guys could take a look at it. I'm gonna read this title, and you guys prepare. Sit down. You're gonna have to sit down for this one. This one you gotta sit down for. Grab a seat, relax your feet, because this one's gonna come on hard, especially if you're living, depending on what part of the world you're living in, because every English-speaking country is being bought out under their feet. And that goes back to the video I said, is the Canadian youth being bought out? Or Australian youth, New Zealand youth? Hold on. I feel like sneezing here. Let me go ahead here and start. Castlecrag house under conservation cloud sells almost 1 million over reserve. I'm going to read the last line there. You see 1 million over reserve. So let's say I'm selling my house for 100 grand. Okay? And it sells for 1,100,000 over reserve price. That's enormous, people. That is huge. And a lot of people say, "Oh, where are you going to move? If you do sell it for that much, you got nowhere to go. Everything, you have to downgrade." No, you go to Ocala, Florida, or you go to Jacksonville, or you go to Phoenix, Tucson. Go to Las Cruces. Guys, look up Las Cruces, New Mexico on MLS.com and Las Cruces and see how much you buy beautiful colonial style Spanish, Mexican architecture, beautiful home in Las Cruces for 140 grand. A lot of people commenting on my Ocala, Florida, on the comments below on the other one, saying that, holy crap, you can never buy a house for 150 grand and that, with a pool anywhere else. Conservation restrictions fail to dampen enthusiasm for renovator delight. I don't know what that says, but here we go. A tired 1950s brick house in the prestige enclave of Sydney's lower North Shore sold for under the hammer for almost 1 million over its reserve Saturday morning. $1 million. That's like 10 million or 13 million Mexican pesos. That's so much money. Anyways, let's keep going here. It was one of 833 auctions held in Sydney ahead of the upcoming Easter break in mid-April. By Saturday evening, Domain Group has collected 605 results to put the clearance rate at 80.2%. There is no doubt that the market continues to melt all its challenges, said Domain Group Chief Economist Andrew Wilson. Despite sure listings and higher interest rates announced this week, there seems to be no stopping the Sydney market yet. Another strong clearance rate. Now, let's confirm the date from this thing. It's March 24, 2017. So don't freak out when you see the article going back, because they're adjusting the article over time. And this is what happened, obviously, before. And they're going into different... so this was last Saturday. The opening bidder on site at 220 Edinburgh Road in Castlecrag attempted to unsettle other hopefuls by questioning the auctioneer Vic LaRusso about properties conservation listing, which could restrict any structural changes on the property. So they want to build a low-rise, usually a low-rise 3-4 story condo and collect strata fees for 1 million years. And you never own anything with the strata fees. I just want to confirm the property is a conservation area, he bellowed with quick, confident confirmation. Mr. LaRusso bidder called a $2.5 million bid. We were a bit cautious because the conservation restrictions. The sum would have satisfied the vendor who was selling on behalf of a family trust when selling the campaign started 3 weeks ago. Sales agent David Buttle of Rain and Horn Neutral Bay had a guide of 2.2 million to 2.4 million for the 4-bedroom house on a 689 square meter at the start of the campaign. It's very plain house with an awkward floor plan and under a cloud from its conservation restrictions, Mr. Buttle said. But that didn't dampen buyers' enthusiasm. He said had issued 36 contracts in which led up to Saturday's auction. This is huge, people. This is what is Australian proper and New Zealand proper and even Canadian proper supposed to do? Where are they supposed to live? You know what I'm saying? We bumped the guy to 2.5 million to 2.7 million. But when in the last 24 hours of the campaign, the level of interest was strong. We recommended the reserve to be 2.65 million, Mr. Butel. A large 4-bedroom house at 228 Enberg Road in better condition with similar water views. Oh my God, it's got a view of water. Oh, you could see the water. And then usually people that could see the water with views never go to the water. It's actually stated like in actual findings that people that could see the water view never go to the water. Over Sailor's Bay, but on a steep, smaller block sold in August for 2.8 million and 10 doors along another 1950s brick house at number 240 sold for 2.17 million in September. It came with the DA approved plans for a new home. Mr. Buttle said it was the view, the potential to renovate, and the initial anticipated price was the very realistic and affordable level. The final price was way beyond our thoughts, he said. We were a bit cautious because the conservation restrictions, there was a lot of negativity being thrown around in the conservation area, but at the end of the day, the market spoke and it was a massive result, he added. Dominion Group Data's chief economist, Dr. Andrew Wilson, said Castlecrag is one of the top performing suburbs in the prestige market. Castlecrag is in the top 5 suburbs of the prestige market with 100% clearance rate over the past month, said Dr. Wilson. 17 bidders registered and 58 bids were taken from 7 bidders. After the price reached 3 million, the number of bidders dropped back to just 3. Just chewing gum got a solid workout from eventual buyer who was encouraged throughout the nerve-wracking bidding war by his wife and 6-year-old son someone's sending me a message here. I don't care. Anyways, racking bidding war and his wife and his 6-year-old son on the fall of the hammer threw his arms up in the air shouting, "We won!" So in reality, they bought a house, let's say $2.8 million. In reality, that's probably worth $450,000 at the best. So when is this going to end, people? When is this going to end? Why is this happening? But the thing is, they got to keep building up homes to bring down the prices of homes. But the problem is, more and more homes are being left empty. And that's a crisis going on. If you look at my video way back, a week and a half, 2 weeks ago, where I was talking about the crisis of homes, how homes are being built, but they're being left empty. When does this madness end? People, thanks for joining me. I'll leave a link below to the article. I'll leave my Instagram below. If you need to follow me and leave me messages, please go ahead and leave me messages, because this is above and beyond anything anyone could ever imagine. And I don't know what to say, people. I don't know what to say. Like, what do you call this? You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Is the housing market really that concrete and steady and so cemented that there's no way it's going to collapse, that it's in stone, that it's going to continue to go up, and the people living in those countries that are working the 1%, doctors and lawyers, can't even afford to buy. Look at my article on trends in the housing market I did, where I was covering the 1% can't even afford to buy anymore. The 1% that make $300 large a year can't buy. Anyways, don't forget to follow my Living the Dream series. It's in my channel, where I ended up buying a house out in the country, 2 hours from a major city, on an acre of land, 11 bedrooms on an acre of land in a cul-de-sac. And watch my Living the Dream series. You'll love it. Get out of the cities, people. You're being brainwashed into getting into debt. Thanks for watching, people, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button.